Yo, what's up? Sorry about the jump scare, but I had to get you invested in the video somehow. Also, a lot of people I know in real life found my channel, which I was trying to keep a secret, so yeah, that's not good. Also, I know what you're thinking. Why is this guy so chopped? I'm not usually this chopped, I promise. If you want to know what I normally look like, look at my profile picture. I got an absolutely horrendous haircut, and I feel like I need to mention that at the beginning of every video so you don't think less of me. Wait, does this angle look better? I'm gonna keep it for now. So you're probably wondering, like, what's this video about? What does that even mean? God, bro, why do I look so chopped in this camera? But basically, I got 10 fights that I want to see before I die, or that I'll pay, like, all my money to see because I think they're pretty cool. Obviously, it's impossible because I'm going to have some people that are dead and some fictional characters, but I think it's fun. I want to go through it, and I want to make up some fights. You'll pick up on what the video is going to be like as it goes on, so just stay tuned. Also, subscribe if you're new. I would appreciate it a lot. I'm trying to get big one day, so hopefully, because if I don't, my future's cooked. Okay, let's get on with number 10. Okay, at number 10, I have EDP445 versus Chris Hansen.
Women that have their nipples pierced.
Also, what do you guys think EDP smells like? I was thinking like canned tuna with a hint of cupcake. You cannot lie, this fight would be fire and like one to remember. You got EDP with this big weight advantage, but you got Chris Hansen with his, he's the ultimate pedophile weapon. Now EDP does have that weight advantage. He's like the John Jones type. Him and John Jones have pretty much the same build, right? I'm kidding, John Jones. If you're watching this, that was a joke. I'm kidding. Please don't hurt me. I feel like even though EDP's got the weight advantage, he'd be too distracted looking at the children in the crowd to really fight Chris Hansen. While Chris Hansen's got like that elusive strength, he also has that superpower. You can just say take a seat, and EDP will be on his butt on the boxing mat. Like, it'd be over after that. Now, it depends on the kind of fight we're talking. If we're talking sumo, EDP might have more of a chance, but normal boxing, jiu-jitsu, UFC rules, yeah, he's cooked. I mean, just look at Chris Hansen, man. He probably has a meaty right hook he could use. And EDP would probably only last like a minute because he'd probably get a heart attack from how much he's moving because he's probably never moved that much in his life. It's like it's the ultimate predator versus the ultimate predator weapon. I gotta take Chris Hansen, no diff, bro. Chris Hansen would absolutely destroy EDP. EDP wouldn't know what to do. He'd get in the ring and he'd be like, oh shit, is that the Chris Hansen? And he would probably just pass out because he's like, low blood sugar or something. Okay, Chris Hansen with the win, no diff. Next up, we got King Von versus Tuco Salamanca from Breaking Bad. Now, these two are like the perfect comparison in my opinion. It's just one with normal gangs and one with the cartel. Now, my problem is I don't know how King Von can fight. I don't know if he's a good fighter, but I know Tuco Salamanca's a good fighter because remember what he did to his own partner after he rode him too hard? But from everything I hear, because believe it or not, I didn't personally know King Von. This dude was like actually the Grim Reaper, bro. He's the Chicago Grim Reaper. But you gotta take into consideration, there's no guns in this. This is a boxing, fighting, wrestling match, whatever they decide on, okay? That's not for me to decide. But it's whoever those two are best at fighting, and I gotta say Tuco Salamanca is probably a way better fighter than good old King Von. And don't forget, Tuco Salamanca fought off xenomorphs in Alien Resurrection, so you got to take that in consideration too. Is King Von fighting xenomorphs? I don't think so. So I'm taking Tuco Salamanca with low diff. Okay, next up we got Arthur Morgan from Red Dead 2 and Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. I should probably preface that we're talking about Arthur Morgan in his prime and Anton Chigurh in his prime, and we're talking about Anton Chigurh from the movie because I haven't read the book. Now this one could literally go either way. From what I remember, we never really saw Anton Chigurh get into like a full-on fist fight like we're going to see him and Arthur Morgan do. But I mean, if you ask me would I rather get into a fight with Arthur Morgan or get into a fight with Anton Chigurh, I'd probably be picking Arthur Morgan just because Anton's so goddamn scary. But outside of Valentine in like the beginning of the game, he did beat up a guy that was like 6'8", 300 pounds. I'm talking about Arthur Morgan. He did that, not Anton Chigurh. He is the guy that's 6'8", 300 pounds. Honestly, I literally don't know who to pick, but since Anton Chigurh is kind of held as this like perfect killing machine, and Arthur Morgan does have some flaws, I gotta pick Anton Chigurh, but it could literally go either way. So I'm picking Anton Chigurh high diff. Next up, Aaron Rodgers versus Osama bin Laden. Yep. Now this fight could be really interesting because it depends on if Aaron Rodgers is sober or not. If he's sober, I'm taking Osama bin Laden. But if Aaron Rodgers is geeked, I'm taking him because he's an absolute animal when he's geeked. And so it's a good thing that Aaron Rodgers is never sober. So I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. Fuck Osama bin Laden. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, no diff. And next up we got Asmongold versus Elon Musk. And this is what I could see happening, I'm not going to lie. And honestly, I don't know who to pick. I feel like both of them don't really have a great physique. But at the same time, Asmongold's room is like so dirty that he's probably built up like a resistant. Like he's built up like superpowers basically. To where if he fought someone, he wouldn't feel a thing, and he could just annihilate them. But at the same time, Elon Musk probably has like a sniper in the crowd just in case he loses to snipe Asmongold. But at the same time, I think Elon Musk would get tired after like 2 minutes of fighting, and I don't think Asmongold will. He's got that endurance on him. If you can stream for like 9 hours straight every day, you gotta have some stamina to do all that. That's gotta be tiring, man. I feel like Asmongold could win. I feel like he's got like experience battling with the roaches in his room. No shade to him, by the way. But he's got experience with all that stuff. And he has like the superpowers from his room being stinky. So I feel like he could probably win against Elon Musk. I got Asmongold winning medium diff. Next up we got Prime John Jones versus Prime Mike Tyson. I'll admit it is kind of hard to rank these two guys because they play basically two different sports. I know they're both combat sports, but yeah, you know, MMA is much different than boxing. Boxing is much different than MMA. They're different sports. I keep stuttering. I don't know if you noticed, but I can't talk. Now, from my knowledge, Mike Tyson never trained jiu-jitsu, and John Jones did. So I'll say that if they're just doing a normal boxing match, I'll take Prime Mike Tyson pretty easily. But if they're doing an MMA match, I'm taking John Jones. I mean, he's the GOAT, according to Dana White of the UFC. So I got to take him. I still think it's tight between those two, but I still think I'd take Prime Mike Tyson over John Jones. So I'm going to go with Prime Mike Tyson, high diff. Next up, we got Nate Diaz and Daryl Dixon from Walking Dead. I feel like this is literally the perfect matchup. They like act the exact same, and they talk the exact same. And they're both fighters, dude. It's actually a perfect match. I could see this being a very close match. Season 1, Daryl and Nate Diaz both have a combined IQ of 30, even though Daryl got like smarter over time. But let's just talk about Season 1 Daryl just for a good comparison, because they're literally like the exact same person. Now, Daryl did survive a zombie apocalypse, and I feel like Nate Diaz might too, but I feel like Nate Diaz would probably try to like fist fight a zombie and get eaten alive. So I think I gotta go with Daryl. I think it could go either way. It's a very fair fight. I would love to see it. We need to see it. Come on, guys. Make it happen.
You have to be quiet. Can't hear you. I'm taking a piss.
Okay, next up we got Adam Smasher from Cyberpunk 2077 versus General Grievous from Star Wars. Also, I got a few things I want to talk about before we get into the actual fight. First off, if you've never played Cyberpunk 2077, do it right now. It's peak. Your life will never be the same. Also, I just realized my paint's chipped off right here and you can see it, so sorry about that. But you need to play it. And also, General Grievous is a top 5 Star Wars character. He doesn't do like anything, but he just looks so cool, and he's so cool. You'd be lying if you said you didn't think he was cool. Okay, so the fight itself, if you've never played Cyberpunk, Adam Smashers is an absolute freak of nature. He's like Anton Chigurh times 100. Dude is just unstoppable at everything he does. He's an absolute maniac. I love General Grievous, but I don't see how he would win this. Like, he has those lightsabers, but all he has to do is shoot, or all Adam Smasher has to do is shoot a gun, and the lightsaber blocks it, but it turns into molten level and melts General Grievous. Like, he stands no chance, bro. I hate to say it, because I love the guy, but he stands absolutely no chance. Adam Smasher wins high diff. Or wait, no diff. I'm an idiot. Taking Adam Smasher, no diff. We got one last one. And I bet you're not expecting it. Take a wild guess. Take a guess of what you think it's going to be. It's not going to be right, but take a guess. We got the championship match with Playboy Cardi versus his child support papers. But you know what? Playboy Cardi doesn't have to pay child support. You know why? Because he made a whole lot of Reddit. Okay, that's a good enough reason for me. Playboy Cardi wins no diff. My goat doesn't have to pay child support. Alright, so that's about it. But I want to make a part 2 to this because this is really fun. I'm not going to lie. So if you want to see that, let me know. This might get like only 5 views and absolutely completely flop. But if it does good, that's good. I'm on like a cold streak right now. My last like 5 videos only have like 10 views. So hopefully this changes. All right, that's about it. So goodbye.